Hi, it's Bridgette. Nice to see you on the Fairy Grasshopper channel. I need to do a card reading for you guys. It's been a while since I've done a card reading. I have been dealing with back to school. I've had 3 waves of back to school. The first was at the end of August with my college kid. The second was last week with my high schoolers. And today with my online kiddo that's entering the middle school. It's going to grade 6, but it's all online for him. And so it's a whole thing, and it's been very stressful for me personally. I just worry. I'm a worrier here. And so you guys can probably totally relate to that. At least some of you I know can. So today we're going to do some cards. We're going to go to our go-to deck by Denise, Linn. Got to get some purple crown chakra vibes. This is a Sacred Traveler deck. This and many other decks will be linked below, as always, as resources and tools for you. Cards are simply a way to be able to connect with your spirit guides, to get some clarity from your own intuition as well. Cards are just a tool. They are not the be-all, end-all, but they are a tool and a starting point for all of us, okay? All right, so let's get this. I don't have a table in front of me. I just realized that, so I'm going to have to figure out how to... Oh, you know what? I got one behind me. Oops, just a second. Props, come on in, props. I'm in the greenhouse, by the way, if you haven't seen my other video about that. I'm in the greenhouse, and this is being converted into an office space for me. I'm not sure over time how I'm going to do the backgrounds or anything. We got some other things happening this week. So we're actually getting a new kitchen table, you guys, a big brand new kitchen table. Well, it's not brand new. It's new to us. It's super old, actually. It's from my, there's one right here. It's from my husband's family. His mom is moving out of her assisted living senior memory care apartment into a more around-the-clock care situation for her. So she's 89. She's lived a great life, and she's ready for, she just needs more assistance now, and so she has to move into a new place, and so she's not going to be able to have all the things in an apartment. She just has a room now, so we get the table. So because of that, I'm going to take that table that you guys are so used to me videotaping, hello, I'm like, is this the 80s? Recording on, and we're going to bring it down here, and that's actually going to be like my desk for my work, for my office and stuff, which is good because it's huge and I need a lot of space to spread out. All right, sound familiar? Okay, so we've got 2 cards. Let's do these 2. Okay, so I got 2 cards here. This is the first one right here. And it says, Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic. Here's the first one. So if you want, you can either grab out your notebook, or if you're just watching this and you don't have that handy right now, just tap into what stands out to you most. So you can make a note of that. What colors do you see? What do you see in the imagery that gives you information right away? What are you drawn to? You might actually be drawn to the words, a specific word or two. Just really breathe that in. Okay, let me look at it so I can see. It's the moon, it's the moon, it's the moon. This week there is a new moon. And so the moon, the moon, the moon. And this reminds me actually of last night. I actually took a picture of, I was going to put it on Instagram, but it never turns out as gorgeous as it is in person, does it? But I saw the sun setting, and it was a big ball in the sky, and it reminded me of the moon. I thought, how do you tell the difference between the sun and the moon when they look so similar sometimes? You know, they have very similar qualities. And I thought about how beautiful it was. I'm like, this is what's reminding me of it. I also see a fairy here that reminds me to have fun and lighten up a bit because it's been stressful. Honestly, I've been really feeling a lot of the heavy energy, really a lot of dense energy. So the fairy for me reminds me to lighten up, loosen up, muse-like energy. It also is an affirmation that creativity is coming back into your life. If you haven't felt very creative or wanted to do things, and creative doesn't necessarily mean artistic. It means getting things done too. Creative is a form of production or productivity. So for those of you who are very type A personalities, that is a nudge for you. Don't worry if you haven't felt as productive as you have before in the past. It's coming back. It's coming back. So perhaps after the new moon, maybe by Friday, you might feel a little better energetically. So hang in there. All right. I'm feeling that too. So I can totally attest to that. But there's also, it looks like there's like a trumpeter, a flute player energetically. There's 3 human-like images here. So it could be 3 spirit guides for you. It could mean there's 3 guides close to you. The energy also with the trumpet or the flute, it reminds me of Archangel Gabriel. And especially with that big moon imagery, that big circle there, that actually really feels like yellow is solar plexus or your spirit chakra, intuition. Archangel Gabriel is a communicator. Sacred communication is an advocate for you, to hear your inner voice, for your spirit. And Gabriel is fun. Gabriel is fun. He is my fun spirit friend, and again helps me be a little less intense, less serious. And that's exactly what I need if my energy has been dense lately, right? Oops. Just lost one of the cards here, just kind of slid right off. Ooh, that was interesting. Card just slid right off into my lap. Okay, time for the next card, I guess. But let me read this and honor the words, because the words, good vibrations, they are like medicine at times, and you might click in on one of these words and use it for a journal prompt. I'm such a proponent of journaling. It's not about perfection, it's about processing, clearing, just feeling. Journey by moonlight. Journey. I like that word. And then we have the don't stop believing. Coming next, it actually says believe in magic. So, did you get that? Journey, don't stop believing. Okay, I think I'm so funny. Believe in magic. So believe, magic, journey. Nice. All right. How can you not be in a good mood after that? Now, this second card, again, let's go back to the basics. So I want you to look at the imagery, notice the colors that stand out for you. The colors could be connected to chakras. The colors could be connected to archangels or spirit guides. The words could stand out to you. A specific word could stand out to you. It's all about you and what you see, sense, feel right out of the gate here. Okay, so here you go. Take a look at that card. Take a moment to just feel that, sense that. I'm feeling the air element here with the sails on the sailboats. Also the water element. This is a lot of flow energy. Do you feel the flow there? It also seems as though it's a port where there's a ton of abundance here. This is a restock time, a recharge time. Recharge your batteries. Refill. What do you need? What do you need? What would you like? What can I do for you here? What do you need? This is a big question, I know, but put it in your journal because it's a great journal prompt. What do I need? What do I need? The energy of red is root chakra that I'm noticing the sails and the boats. There's some red ones. There's also a bird, but it's in a cage. What part of you is not feeling free right now? What part of you is longing to be free? Maybe it's the traveling part of you. That's me. I want to go to Disney so bad, but I just can't do it. What part of you feels like that bird? Even though the bird is in a cage, it has gorgeous surroundings. It perhaps is well cared for and it's outside, so it gets all the pleasures of nature, but it still feels like it's confined. There's some restriction there. Is there restriction or resistance for you? Are your freedoms or the energy of your freedoms, do they seem limited right now? Do they? Mm-hmm. How so? Go ahead and write that in your journal. How so? How are they limited right now? How do you feel limited right now? All right. Lots of green here. Green can be healing, opportunity for growth, shift, change. That's how it feels to me. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read the words. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. See, the get ready for new horizons, I didn't pick that up in this. That wasn't what resonated with me. Right here, it felt like refueling, recharging, but I suppose that's a way to prepare, isn't it, for what's next, the good stuff that's next. I feel like there's a lot of interpretation. I'm really feeling this bird in the cage and the freedom and the limitations. I'm feeling that. I'm resonating with that. I am resonating with that. And then the green energy too, that really is healing. Archangel Raphael shows up for the healing energy. The fact that the bird is blue is an Archangel Michael energy. When you take those two archangels together, Raphael and Michael, for me, when I consistently see them together, they are the dynamic duo of clearing. They help you clear and shift, let go of old patterns and habits and belief systems, and be really present. Really present. And in order to get ready for the next thing, you got to be present today, right? You got to be there. You got to be packing. You got to be choosing what it is that you need to refresh your spirit. So today is a good opportunity to ask yourself, what do you need to refresh your spirit? What do you need to refresh your spirit? The faraway places to me feels like sort of like a daydreamy energy that does connect with that new moon energy this week as well. And the moon energy came forward here, and there's a bit of the golden hues also carried over here. So I feel like that is also a connection and a reminder to connect with what it is that you desire. What do you really want? What do you want? And what do you need? So it's not just the wants and the desires, but it's the what do you need? Because really, you guys, it feels like a lot of our core needs, your core needs, are not being addressed. Let's be real. You can't skip to the desires and the dreamy stuff if your core needs, if you're ignoring what you actually need. Because what you need is going to prepare you to get you to the new horizons. What you need, when it's satisfied, is going to be able to allow you not to be limited in what you desire. When your needs are met, then you're not limited in what you desire, then you can take that next level. But I think too often we skip ahead. We want to focus on what we desire, which is a great motivator. Totally believe in daydreaming, envisioning the future, and vision boards and all that. But if your needs are not satisfied, there's no way you can get to the next level of daydreaming, of desire. You just can't get there. You can't access it. I know that from personal experience. So what do you see? Well, now it's your turn. What do you see in these cards? What do you sense or feel from the energy, the pictures, the colors, or the words? Because that's what's most important, is what is in it for you. What is the interpretation for you? I just share a starting point. That's all I do. And now it's your turn. Go deeper. Expand the learning. Thanks so much for being here on the Fairy Grasshopper channel. I hope you've enjoyed our card reading today from one of the Denise Linn decks that I love so very much. This one is the Sacred Traveler deck. It will be linked below, like all the other cards that I use from time to time here on Fairy Grasshopper channel. Before you go, make sure you subscribe so that I know you're here and part of the energy of the community. So when I'm doing the card readings, I can feel you as part of the group. So go ahead and be sure you subscribe. Thanks so much for being here. I hope I've inspired your spirit today, filled you with hope. And there always is a good reminder to live your life, right? You know I always say that, right? It's your life, so live it. Just live it, but live it inspired and hopeful. Thanks for being here.